Vintage. If you've been around a while, then you know that I talk a lot about vintage jewelry and vintage style. And this week I thought it would be fun to show you some of my favorite bangle bracelets. Just a short, quick, sweet eye candy video filled with vintage bangle bracelets that are from my collection. They are some of my favorites and you haven't seen any of them before. And the first one is the most valuable, and then they're in no particular order. It just so happens that it's the one I'm wearing because it's the Modernist groove. And this is my favorite Modernist artist or designer alive today. This is by Betty Cook. And it's so beautiful. I'm lucky enough to have a few Betty Cook pieces. It's just the perfect expression of minimalist and modernist sensibility. You know, just the geometric shapes and the way that it almost floats on the body. And I like to wear it high up on my arm. And next, we will show another kind of modernist movement designer who is another one of my favorites, Robert Lee Morris. I have two of those. This is the first one. This is a reproduction of an original that he made in the 1970s. I believe this is called the Omega, and he made it originally out of formed brass with wire on the edges. But then eventually his name got licensed, and this was a reproduction that was made in silver tone and gold tone. And I was so happy to get one of these. It's a shame I really kind of scratched it up. But I was, you know, it was a dream of mine to have an actual Omega. And there's an original in the Museum of Art and Design in New York City, if you should go. It's in the drawers that you can pull out. But look how amazing that is. You can just see it with the 70s Halston dresses, right? And the next one is an actual original by him from that time period. They called these the bagel bracelets, not bangle, bagel, as in bagel with cream cheese. There it is. There's the inside. And yes, Robert Lee Morris is a real weakness of mine. Look, these have an everlasting cool, and I recommend that you, if you find any, that you send them all to me immediately. Then keeping on the top row, this is woven gold over silver, and this is more recent. I like the tribal quality of this. I think I just put it on upside down. Hold on. We'll try, yeah, wider on the top. There you go. See that? Whoo, that is awesome. And this is what the inside looks like. And this, I believe, was made by Samuel Benham. And I bought this new, and I will have it forever. I love it. It's actually woven. This is a basket weave of silver with gold over it. Then we have these. These came from a friend. This is Calif, New York, and they eventually had a studio gallery in upstate New York, which is how I met Patricia Calif, and she gave this one to me, and I probably bought these. And these were, they had this whole moonscape line, and they were sold in the top department stores across the country. And I like to wear these all together. And then look at that. And this is also the coolest on. And you can still find these sometimes if you know how to look on eBay. And I did a video on how to find things on eBay, so make sure you check that one out. I will put a card here. Then we have this little beauty. This is always increasing in value. This is 1940s Vermeil. That's a Coro. Look at those big juicy rhinestones. Isn't that wonderful? Then we have this. This is made in Mexico. As you know, I have a fondness for hearts. And this is the best because this is a giant heart that is not sweet. It's actually kind of tough. This is all hand wrought sterling. It is signed in the back. And look how that looks on. Isn't that the greatest? And it's heavy. And I almost sold this once, and I'm so glad that she changed her mind. And then we have this. This is also 1970s. This is a mixed metal. See this? This is a stainless steel body of a butterfly form, and this is incredible on. Look at that. How special is this bracelet? And I have no idea who made this, and every once in a while I look for a marking, and you know, maybe one day I'll see one. Sometimes I don't see them right away, but that's special to me. This was done by Elsa Peretti, and they are sold even now up to this day by Tiffany, but I know that there was some connection with the Halston dresses, those drapey dresses. I think she did it for one of his runway shows, and she was also connected with Tiffany at the time. I don't remember the exact specifics, but this is why it's so beautiful. You see this here? That is a bump or a dent, and that is designed to go over the bone of your arm. So it looks like that. And that is gorgeous. And these are the things that I have left these are just some of my favorites, just random things that I decided to pull. This is actually a pendant, but I pulled it out because it goes with this bangle, which is the Egyptian scarab. So look at this. This is fantastic. This is vintage, probably 1960s or maybe early 70s. This actually has an Egyptian assay mark on it. Here, I'll hold it so you can see him upright. And I love the size of this one. And it has that clasp in the back, that pin that pulls out. Oh, it's tight right now. See? Like that. Here's the pendant that goes with it. This has an interesting construction. They're both made this way. Look. Isn't that incredible on a collar? I could see this with the Elsa Peretti bone cuff. And this is an unknown. I wish I knew who did this. This is that 80s brushed gold that I'm so fond of. And this is designed so that it's sort of a modern, it's sort of I don't know, it makes like an abstract shape on the person who's wearing it. See? You just see this dome here and that, and it's designed so that it's open because the hinge is here. Maybe one day I'll find out who that is, but that's pretty incredible. It's been a while since I looked at it. I've had this a long time. Look at the sculpture of that. And that's what that one looks like on. These are all very timeless, almost art pieces, you know, like Robert Lee Morris named his store Artwear for a reason. This is Mexican Tourist, but I love it. It's chrome with the little Mayan symbols. This is also a contemporary piece, but it actually has leather sewn into the holes around it. And I can't remember who this is, but it is signed, so I'll check it and put it here. But this, I just love this because of the leather. I think that's amazing. And speaking of tourist, we have this. This is old tourist. This is sterling. This isn't, okay, it's not officially a bangle, but when you wear it, that it is like a bangle once it's on the body. See? And look at the motifs of that. And this is really special. This is old sterling. I love that one. Look at the mask. So cool. And the patina on this is fantastic. And this is one of my favorite bangles. I thrifted this. It was probably $10. It's a tri-color rolling, and it's pure costume, but I love it. I just love the simplicity of it, and I like to stack this with other bangles. And then the last two are another artist, sculptor, vintage. This is Otto Robert Blade, otherwise known as Orb. And I have two of these. And these also have that same floating, see? I love the art glass that he uses too. They're very kind of three-dimensional looking. And then there's just the silver ball on the end. And these are kinetic, see? And I like to wear them together. So anyway, so that's a summer look. Okay, now I'm just gonna put on as many as I can for the thumbnail. We'll do it for the thumbnail. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, ring the bell, and check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Facebook, and that's it.